Hello, everybody, and welcome to the MC Parks monthly public meeting for June of 2024. It's shortly after 9 p.m. Eastern on this lovely evening, and I'm joined today by Darren. Say hello, Darren.
Hello, Darren.
And Josh. How you doing, Josh?
Oh, I'm doing just great.
Yeah. All right. Cool stuff. Well, we've got a wonderful show for you all this evening. First of all, let's take a look back to May, where we had a wonderful May the 4th. How did we enjoy our look at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge this year? And I actually have another question. We hosted several mini games throughout the day, and the winners of some of these games got previews into Rise of the Resistance. Did anybody who got a Rise of the Resistance preview, is any one of those folks in the room with us this evening? Please tell me if you were.
Broken doesn't count.
Of course,
Broken's working on the ride.
Yeah, it's a little bit different there. Not me. Cool. Thank you. Did anybody in attendance win one of the Rise of the Resistance previews? Is what I asked.
So far, it's all cast members.
Oh, Simpsons did. Hi, Simpsons. What did you think of your preview of Rise of the Resistance?
I don't even remember what exactly was shown.
He wants more. So there you go.
Same.
Yep. Well, what was your favorite part of the preview that you got? Riding the ride. Okay, fair enough. I was looking for more of a specific aspect of it, but that's fine.
A scene or an effect or something, yeah.
Yeah. But and then what I was going to say after that is, I'm glad that you enjoyed that, but that's not the coolest part about it. And you know what? Kind of still fits, because I don't think that the ride itself is the coolest part about this experience. We're doing a lot of work to make sure that the experience of riding Rise on MC Parks is as all-encompassing as it is in real life, and all of the things that make that experience so cool, are shown in our recreation. And a big part of that, to me, is the cast member interactions that you have in the queue with the First Order cast members, the First Order lieutenants, who are in charge of your interrogation. Darren, you were on the opening team for Rise.
No. Yes. Yeah.
I was thrown through a loop there for a second.
Yeah. So
I was there.
Yeah. How much of the Rise of the Resistance experience do you think like that those interactions are? Good part of it, right?
They've gotten rid of a decent chunk of them.
Well, okay, yeah. Look, all right.
In the original iteration, I would say that like the First Order person being scary and intimidating really helps set the tone for the attraction.
Yeah, I mean, not to mention, when you get out of the briefing room and the Resistance, personnel are there to help you get out. Like, it's all just really, really cool, and we want to make sure that all of that is recreated in a really neat way. So we're making that happen. Not gonna share too much more, but it's really cool. You guys are really gonna like it, and I can't wait to share it, how it's all happening. And you know what? Oh, of course we're gonna have the moving cannons. We're not gonna do it with the cannons in B mode. Definitely not. No B mode cannons. And we've been doing a lot of really neat software things to make some of these Rise cast member interactions happen. And similarly to Happily Ever After. So to do Happily Ever After back in 2018?
19?
Yeah,
I think we premiered it. We premiered it at the anniversary in 19, which means we started working on it fall of 18.
That's true. But to make that show, we had to invent a bunch of new effects and a bunch of new things, like blockamations we made for that. particle paths. So like the idea of particles like moving in little predefined paths. We made for Happily Ever After lasers and spotlights, like all kinds of things that we went on to use all over the server. And we're kind of doing the same thing with Rise. So we have our show plugin, and we've kind of made a whole new version of it that has a lot more kind of like cool programming constructs in it that allow us to, have a lot more like programmatic things happen and, trigger things on certain conditions and, make it the development process a lot easier for our technicians also, because they can like share data between stuff and all of that. It's all really, really cool. And usually that's where I would stop and I would just say, that's all really, really cool. And I wouldn't share more about it because it's all, super hush hush secret technical stuff. But this time's a little bit different. I've kind of made reference to this a few times earlier this year, but we want to start making it easier for folks to learn how to do the things that we do in MC Parks so that it's easier for folks to come and join our team. A big barrier to entry for a lot of people who want to become technicians on the server is, not knowing how our tools work and not having any way to learn them without, being on the team, since we use a lot of special stuff. And so this year, we're going to start making some of those tools available to all of you. And we're starting with ShowScript, the show plugin that we use to kind of trigger all of our effects. This is a plugin that essentially allows us to say, after we start the show, at this many ticks after the show starts, run this command. And we're making that tool available to everybody. So we are open sourcing it. It is currently open source on GitHub. There's written documentation. But I'm going on vacation tomorrow. When I come back, there's going to be some more video tutorials as well on how to make it all happen. But for now, if anyone's really, really interested, I'm putting a link right here. I'm going to say it out loud, github.com/mcparks/showscript. And you can take a look at the plugin that makes all of the shows happen on MC Parks. You can download a jar of the plugin to run on your own Minecraft 1.12.2 server by going to releases, or you can just read about how it works. If you go into the docs folder, there's some documentation on how ShowScript 3 works, which is the latest incarnation of the syntax, as well as how to make region shows work also. So that's all really cool stuff. We are going to be sharing more on how to do all of this. If you know how GitHub Code Spaces works, you can actually start a code space with this running a Minecraft server even. So you don't even need to run your own Minecraft server. You can have your Minecraft server be run in the cloud and do everything through your web browser, which is really neat. So I'm going to share more videos on how to do all of that in a couple weeks. But we've officially open sourced it. It's here. And I've also made a Discord server specifically for ShowScript because I didn't want to, have several channels in here that are all just about that. So you can join that and ask questions in there. And we can all learn together. But this is now free and open source software that you can use yourself. And I'm really excited for what this will mean for folks who want to join and become technicians on MC Parks.
I feel as though the chat isn't nearly as hyped for this as need to be.
There's only there's a certain subset of people who are going to be really excited about that. They're my people. They know who they are. And that's going to be great. And this isn't the end. We are going to be open sourcing some more tools that our team uses, even for some upcoming, projects and things. So I'm excited about that, and I'm excited to be giving folks more tools to learn some neat stuff.
I mean, if you've ever been curious how we make our shows, and you've never had the opportunity to work with us, this is a great opportunity. Even just to look, even if you don't really plan on doing much with it, like a great opportunity to just look behind the scenes of what we do.
That's true. And maybe we'll share a couple like examples of how we use it in the future. It's gonna be really neat.
I'll link all of Happily Ever After. I'll do it. It's in the wrong show script right now, but
It's true. All right, fun stuff. So that's that. I just realized that this was still during the what happened in May segment of the show, so I'm sorry about that. The other big thing that we did in May was a brief little thing for Memorial Day. Thank you to folks who helped play around with some of that. But now, of course, it is June, and we've already told you folks some of what is happening in June. Some of our Pride Month festivities on in the announcements channel. You might have noticed some of the decor popping up on Main Street in both Magic Kingdom and in Disneyland. We have redone the bunting that you see all on the edge of buildings. So that is new and in our new art style, which is really neat. I hope you guys really like that. There's also a special floral Mickey out at the entrance to the park. Our existing Pride merch has started to be updated to the new resource pack style as well. Shout out to Mert for getting all of that done as we continue to kind of move into this really cool style. I'm a really big fan of it. And if you want to help us make merch in that style, you can apply to the resource pack team, mcparks.us/apply. We would love to have you. And we've also brought back our Parks with Pride stickers and the apparel with the MC Parks logo in rainbow. There's also a die cut sticker with that as well. So that's on our Teespring store. So you can go to mcparks.us/store and click on the Teespring store button. I'm going to put a link to the store directly in the meeting chat as well. So you can go over there and you can order these sticker sheets. Parker designed these stickers a few years back, and we are bringing them back. All of the profit from these stickers is going to the Trevor Project via Orlando Park Stop Hate fundraiser. So we are really excited to be helping that cause. Go get your stickers. Go get your MC Parks with the rainbow logo shirts. I don't think I got any of those last time. I should definitely get a few. I need new MC Parks shirts anyway. And you know what? This time I'm probably going to keep the rainbow logo shirts there all the time. I don't know why they got removed. So there you go. But
because you struggled so hard with Teespring store.
I don't want to
that,
talk
like
about
who
that.
knows what Teespring does.
I don't want to talk about that. I'm not a big Teespring fan. So
Can you put links in a podcast description? Because we've shared
Of course.
2 links, and will they work?
Yeah.
Okay. If you're listening
It's
later,
text.
and I've remembered, look in the description for links.
Yes.
To all the stuff we've shared.
Josh is the one who is producing the podcast, so he's in charge of making sure that all that happens.
Producing is a high word, but sure.
I mean, I think Craig, the recording bot, is really the producer here. Shout out to Craig.
Honestly.
So there you go. But that is not the end of our Pride Month festivities. There is still more that is planned. Well, first of all, we want to have you all express yourselves this June. We want you to design a Pride-themed skin for yourself. You can wear whatever clothing items on MC Parks that you want to accompany it. And there is a thread in Parks Pictures. It's linked in the announcements channel for you to submit your entries. And it's going to be a little bit of a skin decoration contest. Submit that before June 21st. And the winner's going to get a special prize. What is that special prize? Who could say? I don't think we know yet. But it's going to be special, that's for sure.
It is definitely one of a couple of things that we talked about internally.
There you go.
What we know.
Yeah.
That is the information I will hand out.
Yeah, it probably will not be a ticket to Disneyland or $100,000. I don't think it'll be either of those things, unfortunately.
The $100,000 would come out of all of your money anyway.
Right. Nope, I will not. I will not pay for your rent. Nope, that's not happening. But it'll be something. It'll be something. Um, but that's not all. That's what we put in the announcements channel. That's not all. We've got more coming down the pipeline. We're gonna have a fun. We're gonna have a fun activity to do on the server that's gonna include you crisscrossing the parks to go ride some rides. That's gonna be fun.
Oh, that's a fun one.
That's a fun one. That's a fun one. I'm not going to announce what it is because then people are just going to optimize it before it's even started. So, I want people to have to do a little bit of thinking once it goes live.
Let's just say it's very clever.
I like. We don't have to go hype it up that much. Like it's cool. It's clever. Actually, idea credit to Madame Leota, who came up with this specific idea. I love it, and we're doing it. But that's probably going to be going live a little later on this weekend. But that's not all that's happening this weekend. It's actually a certain Disney character's 90th anniversary this weekend.
Elsa?
Oh God, imagine.
No. Elsa's younger than MC Parks.
Barely, but yes.
It is Donald, indeed. Donald Duck, 90th anniversary. It's being celebrated this weekend. And you might see, we're not going all Quacky Duck City here like Disneyland, Tokyo Disneyland is, but
Duck City.
you might see some Donald themed takeovers. Donald Duck himself might be running around, things of that nature. So stay tuned and see what kind of antics Donald can get up to when we give him control for a little bit. All right. So those are the big goings on for this month for you folks. Of course, we are getting ever closer to this August where we are hosting our Sorry, I was trying to think of what number Expo it is. I think it was 16, 18, 20, 22. Yeah, it's the 5th MC Parks Expo. I called it the 2024 edition of the MC Parks Expo in the announcement that I made about it because I didn't want to think about how many expos it's been. But the 2024 edition of the MC Parks Expo, it's coming this August 16th to the 18th. We're going to be sharing a bunch of updates on some cool projects that we're working on. There's going to be some highly anticipated features dropping around then. There's been 2023 other expos. That's funny. Good stuff. But we're going to have a good time. We're going to have some panels with some of our cast members going over how it is they do what they do. It's going to be a fun event. You're definitely not going to want to miss it. So stay tuned for that.
We're opening the buses. Oh, wait, we did that last expo.
We did indeed do that last expo. I am sorry to inform you. Or, like, happy to inform you.
Close them again, then reopen them.
Interesting. That's an idea. That's definitely an
idea.
I
will fix the bus
Disney vault method.
The bus to Animal Kingdom, and we'll open that one again. Not that it's closed right now. It just doesn't track properly.
Oh, right. Josh has been updating some of the roads around Walt Disney World. There's been some changes since we started building the roads back in like 2019.
Yeah, the bus may float off the road at one point. Just ignore that. I'm working on it, kind of, maybe, sort of.
It's all right. It's all right. All right, folks. I'm going to go ahead and read out the top 10 rides and the top 10 riders, and then I will take answers from you all.
See, I didn't put a timeline on that, so it's not a very good quote.
There you go. So we're starting with our 10th place ride for this month. It was the Haunted Mansion at Magic Kingdom with 1,581 rides. 9th place is Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln with 1,600. 8th place is It's a Small World in the Magic Kingdom with 1,942. 7th place is the Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover with 2,306. In sixth place, it's Spaceship Earth with 2,439. In fifth place, it's Test Track with 2,861. Fourth place is Pirates of the Caribbean at Disneyland with 2,917. Third place is the Copico Y Winding River at Volcano Bay with 3,076. Second place is Living with the Land with 3,990. And first place this month is the Silly Symphony Swings with 4,867 rides. Moving over to our top 10 riders for the month, we've got Nyx in 10th with 1,195. We've got Death by Monkeys in 9th with 1,296. We've got Skinny P himself in 8th place with 1,332. In 7th place, it's Party Next Door with 1,335. In 6th place is Velocity Mom with 1,359. In 5th place, it's Ib Dilbert with 1,390. In 4th place, it's James A. Garza 11 with 1,511. In 3rd place, it's Mert Derman with 1,787. In 2nd place, it's Sunglasses with 2,226. And first place this month, it's Bubbles Ducky with 2,250 rides. Those are our top 10 rides and our top 10 riders for the month. Thanks for riding all those rides, folks. And at this point in the program, I will answer questions from the audience. So ask your questions about the server. I'd prefer if they were full sentences and pertaining to MC Parks. So there you go. Let's ask them. Are there any plans for more keepsake book skins or Pirates of the Caribbean merch? I would definitely love to have both more keepsake book skins and some more Pirates of the Caribbean merch. We're the resource pack team is very constrained right now. We do definitely need some more folks on the resource pack team to get cracking on all of the other wonderful things that folks want to see.
So technician is not your vibe. Resource pack is up there.
Yeah, if technician's a little bit too technical for you and you want to do something a little bit more artistic, I recommend checking out some of the resources on Blockbench's website about how to do low polygon modeling and try to start to model some things in our style and apply for a resource pack. We'd love to have you in the team. Are we close to getting ride photo stuff? So ride photos was something that I was working on back in 2020, when the pandemic was just supposed to be this quick little 2 weeks at home and then back to regular life, right? I got sidetracked. Yeah, I got sidetracked and started working on a bunch of other things. Haven't really gotten back to it since. So we don't have any kind of estimated time frame for when we'll get back to that. I definitely want to put our own spin on it if we do it. I definitely want to be able to, have it be a cool experience. So it's something that we're thinking about, but we'll see. All right, so that is ride photos. When will Magic Kingdom open? Magic Kingdom is open. Sorry, I should have read it before I actually read it out loud. Any Walt Disney World Railroad updates? No, do not have any updates to share on the Walt Disney World Railroad. Although I will say that that's one of the things that is honestly just waiting on a model for the most part. We need to model that train. So once again, call out if you want to join the resource pack team to work on things like that. There you go. Are we opening DreamWorks Land? We've started working on it. That is sort of in the phase of the next part of Universal Studios Florida to open as part of our redo of that park. For those of you who don't know, last year we started rebuilding all of Universal Studios Florida, one of the oldest parks on the server. The current boundary of what we've made is kind of just before that turn off to ET. But ET in the DreamWorks Land is definitely part of that next phase that we are that we're targeting and we're looking at. So definitely happening. No time frame mentioned for that though. How long will Splash Mountain be open since Tiana is opening soon? Well, We have just started last week, honestly, like work in earnest on Tiana's Bayou Adventure over in Magic Kingdom. So that's cool and that's happening. It's really neat so far. But yeah, we don't have a time frame on when we'll start to move work to on site. But I will say this: in order to get to Tiana's, we have to also finish everything either from Adventureland over. I mean, honestly, what's probably going to end up happening, I think, is we're just going to have to paste in the whole second half of the park at once.
Basically, yeah.
I don't really see any way in which we could do it other than that. So we're working on finishing all of the exteriors and interiors for the rest of like that half of Magic Kingdom, from Liberty Square over to Adventureland, pretty much. And so when we paste all of that in is probably when Splash will close in Magic Kingdom. So no time frame on that, but it's happening. Any hotel updates? Maybe Josh or someone else wants to take pictures, but there have been some updates over at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. So the what is it? The eastern part of that resort, where the main building is, Daniel has been doing some work over there to finish that stuff up. So the main building itself is getting some work done on it, which is really cool. It's looking really good. The interiors are starting to be built out. And I'm really excited to have that resort complete. Are there plans to open Galaxy's Edge soon? We're getting there. We are indeed getting there. We've been doing a lot of work on Rise of the Resistance, and that's been getting a lot of the work right now, and that's going to open at the same time as the rest of that land. And that land will also include, to roll it right into Broken Toaster's question over here, will there be customizable droids with Galaxy's Edge? Yes, that is indeed the plan.
For hotel updates, you skipped completely over all of Accident's hard work on Contemporary.
I have, yeah. Speaking of some of the oldest things on the server, I mentioned that some of Universal was. The real oldest thing on the server is the Contemporary build. That's true, right, Darren?
Yeah.
Yeah. It dates back to way beginning of the server, 2013. We're revamping it. Accident's been doing a great job with that. And actually, should I say what our plan is for that build, Darren?
I wouldn't.
Okay, I won't. But there's a plan. That's all you know. But
plans are in motion.
They are. Busch Gardens progress, Diego asks. I don't think there's been a ton since we opened that first phase with Iron Gwazi at the end of last year. I could be wrong, but I don't think there really has been. Wait, no, that's not true. Brennan did some stuff a few weeks ago, and I forget what it was, but he'll tell me in the chat, I'm sure. So, let's see. Is being able to sponsor an attraction coming back? We don't have any current plans. I know people have been asking for it. I know there's a lot of big ticket attractions that are unclaimed. We have to think about what the fairest way to do that is. I don't want to be scummy and say we'll auction them off, but I think we'd have to figure out a way for people to. Yeah, whatever. There's still some. Maybe we'll bring it back at some point. But there's some big changes we'd want to make to the program to make it fairer for folks and some other things before we do that. Drivable cars when there's too many roads. I need to start crashing into other people. I don't know what
this is why we don't have. No, I'm kidding.
Look, I don't know what the first half of that sentence has to do with the second half of that sentence. There's too many roads. I need to start crashing into other people. Does A imply B there? I just don't really think it does.
I agree with A. There's too many roads, and I don't even have all of them yet.
I don't know. As far as drivable cars are concerned, maybe one day. It's not something that I'm currently working on.
But imagine the absurd prices we could charge for parking if we had drivable cars.
Right. Interesting. Okay. Broken has a question for me that he's written out in Arabesh. My Arabesh is incredibly rusty. I'm sure it's a joke. I'm not even going to attempt. Let's see. Any updates, any progress on the Carousel of Progress? it's been a few months. I know all of the animations in the finale scene have been completed. But I haven't really checked in on it recently. I
I
don't
don't
believe
think
it.
much
Yeah, I
has
don't
been
think it's
done.
been much.
I think we talked about it once last month, and that's about as far as it got.
There you go. There you go. Works out. Are we gonna get any Hollywood studios shows like opening soon, like Indiana Jones? Opening
That's
soon? No. A project like that would be a very, very huge endeavor. It would, probably be to take a lot of work to make a stunt show like that. And we don't have anybody who's currently working on that. So no, not anytime soon. Any updates on Knott's Berry Farm? There actually was some work on a ride vehicle for Pony Express. Um, but other than that, not a ton recently. Let's see. You guys should do an event where the first ever version of MC Parks is playable. It would be tough to find files for that.
I was gonna say, how far back do we go in terms of maps?
Yeah, I don't know what I mean, the farthest back I have records for is like 2014. I don't really have early days stuff, and I highly doubt Darren does too. Are we gonna put the fart noises on the Shrek slide? You bet, Skinny. You bet. Updates on Mummy. We are doing work on Mummy. That is indeed happening. There's lots of fun work on the effects for that. A lot of pixel art happening over there as well. It's all looking really, really good so far. And I can't wait to share more as that gets closer to being done. Will there ever be pin trading or even just pin collecting introduced to MC Parks? Yes, absolutely. Something that I really, really want to do.
I think we also talked about that this month, and that's
did.
about as far as we got.
We have. There are things happening for that.
We talk about a lot of stuff.
We do. Such as the life of working on a volunteer project like this. We talk about wouldn't it be neat to do this, wouldn't it be neat to do that, and it takes a much longer time to actually make progress on things. Progress on Jurassic Park River Adventure. I think it's been a little while for that one too. I forget when the last bit of progress was made on that. I have to go back and look. But yeah. Will Art of Animation get a refresh?
What it needs.
Probably eventually. The entirety of that resort wasn't even like finished being built, so but it's not in the cards right now. I would definitely be more down for doing some net new hotels. Personally.
All right. I'm gonna do Art of Animation as my next project.
Please
then.
no. Please no.
Anyone who knows me knows that I no longer build, so this is
Yes.
a joke.
Yes.
Disclaimer, legal disclaimer.
Blue Jay asks if with Tiana's open now, will work begin on Tokyo Splash Mountain? Maybe somebody will be interested in doing that. I don't even know Tokyo well enough to know relatively where in the park Splash is and how close we are
It is
to
beside the
having that
Haunted
area built.
Mansion,
That's
which
like
is
pretty
next
deep
to.
in there, right?
Well, Haunted Mansion is in Fantasyland. But Splash Mountain is essentially where like the Tangled bathrooms are in
Okay,
Magic.
that's what I thought. Yeah, but like
Yeah.
that's like pretty far away from areas that we have like complete, I think.
Yeah.
So, eventually, yeah, but
I just see
Sassy
Parks
asks,
Day, Josh, please note, and I have no idea what that's in reference to anymore because that was 4 minutes ago.
Sassy said I4 and Minecraft when. I do have news for you. The Sand Lake exit ramp is on MC Parks at Volcano Bay. It's there. Here you go. Let me take a picture of the Sand Lake exit ramp and then reply to Sassy. There you go. I did it. Let's see. I am going through all of these questions. A lot of repeats. A lot of repeats. There you go. All right.
I
Well,
see one that's like, will more of Disney Sea open? Like generally,
eventually.
if we've started a project, we intend to finish it at some point. Like we're not just going to start a project to do one area and then leave it. It's just a matter of when everything gets done.
Yeah. Turtle Rocket, no, the opening of the Walt Disney World Railroad is not tied to Tron opening or the Tron facade. It's very easy for us to reroute that as necessary. We just don't have a model for it.
Yeah, it is almost exclusively the model.
Yeah. When will Star Tours open? Nobody's currently working on Star Tours. I want more Epcot stuff because it's my favorite park. Well, do I have news for you? We're doing a lot of Journey of Water work right now. That's starting to happen. Discovery Corps been touched it a bit. Mike's been doing a little bit of work here and there on it.
Explorer's Kingdom was touched a bit this week. If we're going
That
to
is true.
discuss in
That is
parks
true.
in
That is true.
general.
Is there any work on Soren? None to share in the past few years, sorry to say. Luminous plans yet? Outside of like little small tests of some effects, no, nothing too crazy. Any work on Jungle Cruise? A good amount of work on Jungle Cruise. Nothing super recent though. Just other projects being worked on right now. Would character meet and greets ever be a thing on MC Parks? We do them. They happen infrequently, but they do indeed happen.
They're often tied with events,
Yes.
but like sometimes they happen outside of events.
Yep.
They the characters all require handlers, which are GRs, and so we need a fair amount of them on to help handle the characters and also monitor chat and stuff. So it's a little tricky.
Yeah.
None of the characters want to come on without their buddy.
It's true. It's very true. All right, folks. I'm going to end things off there. So I want to thank you all for joining us this month for the MC Parks monthly public meeting. It has been a pleasure to have you aboard. Enjoy the rest of your day and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you so much for joining us. Good night, everyone. Have a good one. In just a few short seconds. Give everybody a chance to filter in. Really, I just want to make it as annoying as possible for Josh to cut out the beginning from Craig.
Who says I'm going to do that?
No, please do. Please do. No. We're not starting the video with a couple minutes of silence. We're not doing it. No. Don't do it. And this isn't a bit. I don't want you to actually include this. So the beginning is people hearing, ha ha ha, he said to take this out and he didn't take it out. It's not a bit. Don't leave it in.
I'm going to move it
Sounds
to
like
the
I'm
end.
Hearing a bit.
No. Moving it to the end is fine. Do that. This is the end of the meeting. If you're watching this on YouTube, or on the podcast,
Scene.
thank you for watching to the end of the meeting. Goodbye. All right, now we start. Hello, everybody, and welcome